Hello, all, and welcome to the zoo.
Why am I here?
Minions of the Zoo is a lovable ragtag group of misfits that sprang up initially as a fan group to Ranting Monkey, Scribe-Lite, Some Dumb American, and their joint Lords of the Night livestream show. Late night discussions in Discord quickly evolved into streams of their own, with each member bringing something new and different to the table for discussion. Led by the incomparable Reject PPC and the One-Ton Hammer, the group rotates hosts known as Zookeepers.
Hello everybody and welcome to Minions of the Zoo. I am your host for this evening, One-Ton Hammer.
I will be your zookeeper tonight, Reject.
Alright, and welcome to the zoo. I am the Lucky Pop-Tart Inquisitor.
Sanguine.
Skep, Tock.
I'm Prospero.
Fat Platypus.
Chaosy. And I'm Delahazed.
Regular streamers, they're known as minions. And special guests are known as traveling exhibits. They're on a nightly basis, so that each show has something unique and fresh for our audience. Minions of the Zoo currently streams at 10:30 Central Standard, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time.
And I left that on. We're off to a good start. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Minions of the Zoo Monday Night Mayhem. I'm your host, Adam of Clan Veggie the First. And hanging out with me this evening is Mr. TerrySalt. How you doing, Terry?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing all right. As you can see, I have a little breakout playing. Here, actually, let me be respectful here.
It looks like the worst version of Breakout I've ever seen. The bricks don't even break.
I know, and the thing's only going in from one corner to the other.
Hey,
I'd like to welcome everybody to this Monday night evening extravaganza things. There's a couple things I wanted to touch on this evening, namely 2 reviews, and then we'll see how it flows. See who pops in, see how's chat doing. How's it going, chat? Hi Kyver Dam. So who actually she had a funny Twitter incident that went on too, so we'll talk about what you and Hammer talked about.
Okay, sure.
Also as well. So yes, so earlier this week I picked up Sonic Frontiers. When I first saw it, it was like an enigma. I didn't really didn't know how I felt about it. Looked weird.
Okay.
But for some reason, I was like, I gotta try it. So I picked it up, and son of a bitch, I'm having a fun time just running around.
Well, that's good. That's what you want.
Well, yeah, but it's like, it feels like somebody made a PC mod or a game, and they just modded Sonic in it. He feels so out of place.
Fair enough.
And damn, is it a bad looking game? I've seen it on the other systems too, so it's not just a Switch thing. It looked bad on Switch, but even on the other systems, it's just the color aesthetics. Zelda Breath of the Wild looks a lot better than this one.
I think I've played about 15 minutes, if that, of Sonic games in my life. So I am not the Sonic aficionado. So
Yeah, I never really.
I'm just saying
fan of
I can't really relate to how good or bad this new one is in relation to the series. So
Well, that's the thing. I don't even know if it's good or bad. I don't even know how to feel about it. But apparently there's some super giant titans that I'm gonna run across. So apparently I haven't even cracked it in. I was finding it kind of suspect though that I'm really early in the game and I've already collected like 5 or 6 of the Chaos Emeralds, and I'm like, usually you get that shit towards the end of it. I don't know. I'm more of a fan of the older Sonic games.
Actually,
you know?
that was my issue with Super Mario Odyssey, is because there's like 1,000 moons to collect in the game. You get like, you trip over and fall into moons constantly, and it makes it not that exciting to get one. It's like, oh yeah, there's another one for the pile.
Yeah. Well, and then you get all the easy ones, and then all of a sudden, the only ones that are left are like, you have to do these crazy, you know, acrobatic feats, and it's like, shit.
Those are the ones I want. I want them all to be like that. I want the fluff taken out. I would be happy if it was, instead of 1,000, it was 100, and the 100 that existed, you actually had to try to get. Like, you didn't just, oh look, there's one just sitting out in the open, I'll just stroll over and pick that up.
Yes, Kyber Dam. So did you beat Odyssey?
I didn't get all 1,000 moons, but I did beat Bowser at the end.
Oh, so spoiler alert, you saw that Peach dumps both of them. Goes off on her own, right?
I don't remember. Like, I played it a while ago. I got to Peach's Castle. I remember that was like the final area. It was like a remake of the Mario 64.
Was it?
Like the
yeah.
environment was based on Mario 64's open world, overworld, and I finished that, and I don't remember what happened next. But no, I did remember the nostalgia of, okay, this is Peach's Castle. There's Yoshi sitting on top of it. Get it, get it, get it. I mean, I remember that part of it quite clearly.
Yeah, it was I think after it is just collecting more, because that's where I'm at, just collecting the leftover moons.
Yeah. And Kividem says, poor Moonshock. Different kind of moon.
Yeah.
But fortunately for everyone, you don't have to collect 1,000 Moonshocks in this game.
What's a Moonshock?
Moonshock is one of our friends that used to be on the Quippers United streams every week, but he decided to step away from that. He's also on the corner whenever Frosted can be bothered hosting it.
Cool. Hey, yeah. Oh shit, I forgot we played that the other day.
Mm-hmm.
That was such a rigged game. How does he get away with it?
As long as people have fun, I don't really pay attention to who wins.
I just like how it doesn't matter what the outcome is. It's a rigged game.
Yeah. Oh, Jack's the rigger.
Oh man. Oh, the other okay, so that was Sonic Frontiers. I don't know what to make of it. It's I mean, like I said, I'm enjoying just roaming around, running as Sonic. Oh, the other bad thing about it is, just like Breath of the Wild, for some reason they decided no music. I think music intensifies when monsters are around, and then
Okay.
you know, the weird, I don't know if it's like J-pop or some shit during the obstacle stages, but there's no music, so it's like, alright, I just gonna have to play some music on YouTube while I'm running around. But I think that's
weird.
what it makes it worse, because I'm sitting there, I put on Sonic Boom from Sonic CD, and I'm just running around, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to play the game, I just want to run around as Sonic.
But I actually never played Breath of the Wild, and I don't want to. It doesn't look like fun in the slightest to me.
Oh, see, it's weird. It's fun, but there is like, well, I mean, I think it's fun. It's just there's a
I
lot
think
of
I just
pointing-
have a very fixed idea of what a Zelda game is, and Breath of the Wild is not that.
That's
Like,
that's what I feel like with Sonic, and the same thing with Breath of the Wild. I like I'm sitting here playing Link Between Worlds, or Link
Right.
Between Worlds, and just going through traditional dungeons is like, holy shit, I missed this. You know, where
this
it's
is
all
what Zelda
thematic.
is. This is what
Yeah,
Zelda's meant to be.
it's
And even A Link Between Worlds, they stripped that back too much because from memory, you didn't get items in the dungeons. You rented them.
I hated that.
Yeah,
then you
me
gotta
too.
buy 'em.
No, but the problem was that now when you do the dungeon, finding the dungeon item was like one of the highlights of each dungeon is like, oh yes, I got the hook shot. Oh, I know exactly what I'm going to do with this. Whereas now you basically find the map and the key and fight the boss. The dungeons are stripped down. They I think they streamlined it too much. I think let's see, A Link to the Past basically nailed it, and they shouldn't have deviated as far from that formula as they did.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if they had just kept the items, like the traditional way, I think
Yeah.
Between Worlds would have been fucking fantastic.
You know the other problem with the rental system
What's
is
that?
it loses the whole sense of progression because what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to see an obstacle and think, oh, I really want to get across to the other side, but I can't. And then, you do a dungeon and you get the whip and you're like, oh, I can use this to pull myself across that gap. I'm going to go do that. Instead, you're like, I'll just buy one of every item from the shop. Oh, yeah. I've got the whip. I'll just cross over there now. Like, there's not that same sense of discovering the world because you've got all the items right from the beginning. It just... I kind of get what they were going for, but they fucked it up.
Yeah. Because they tried to use like a cooldown timer, the magic meter or whatever. But once you get the double, like I think it's a pouch or something like that doubles it or extends it.
Yeah.
It's pretty much that's it. Like I was playing through, I'm still in it. The Turtle Rock dungeon, and
Yeah.
I purchased the ice rod. And I'm just spamming the shit out of this. I'm going all over. But no, it's just weird because it's been a while since I've played it, and I completely forgot about like the little octopus things that you gotta find and where all the items are, and like the actual items, like the gloves and the bottles and stuff.
As sad as it is, considering how long the series has been going, A Link to the Past is like one of the best Zelda games they've made, and they've made so many since then. But I don't think they ever hit the mark in terms of the 2D games, at least. They never beat A Link to the Past. And the 3D games, I always liked Majora's Mask. I'm the outlier. Most people hate it.
Yeah, well, okay, so here's how much of an outlier are you? What do you think of Zelda 2?
Zelda 2 is I've got nostalgia for it because it's the first Zelda game I ever played.
Really?
Yeah. I asked my parents for both Zelda games for my birthday, and they couldn't get the first one. They could only get the second one. Zelda 2 was the first Zelda game I ever played. So I'm nostalgic for it, but it's not a good game.
Man.
I don't like the first Zelda game either. I don't think it had nearly enough direction. You're kind of just wandering aimlessly, hoping to stumble across dungeons.
Yep.
A Link to the Past gives you a lot more of a
story.
It's a lot more linear, but it's also a lot more directed. It's like, okay, this is the only dungeon you can do right now, so obviously this is the one you do. And then the item you get from this dungeon unlocks the way to the next dungeon, so
I think they actually number
you always know where to go next.
Yeah, I think they number them. Like when you hit the map, it shows the crystal where the sage is, and I think it has a number on it because I think it is. You're supposed to do the graveyard temple first, and then you're supposed to, because it gives you the Pegasus boots, and you're supposed to go to this one after. It's. I mean, it's kind of like that with Zelda 1, but they don't tell you.
No, but Zelda 1, you just had this massive open world and very little direction. Like you could go into like the final dungeon right away. There might have been like a couple of dungeons that you needed items to get to, but those items weren't found in the other dungeons. They were just in the overworld.
Well, I'm pretty sure too. There's been people who have beaten the game without even getting the sword. I could be wrong.
There absolutely are. There's people who've won it without swords. There's
just like bombs or something like that.
yeah. I know people have done that with Zelda 3 as well. A Link to the Past. They've just said, "I'm not going to get the sword. I'm going to use bombs." And then when they got them, like the fire and ice wands and whatever else, like the boomerang to stun enemies so they can run past. That kind of thing. And yeah, they've managed to win it without using the sword, which is insane.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like. I started with 1. The second one scared the shit out of me. My neighbor put it in my head. I was really young, mind you. That when you die, Ganon comes to life and he shows up on the screen and he purposely dies, and Ganon pops up and he's like, and I'm fucking shitting my pants and I'm running out the door. Holy fuck, this game, dude.
Here he's saying in chat that he basically agrees with me that A Link to the Past is the best 2D, and he also prefers Majora's Mask. He likes Majora's Mask for a different reason though. He says that the story has a theme. I like it because the NPCs actually feel like real people, well, as much as an N64 game is going to be able to do. But instead of like standing outside the town saying "Welcome to Coneria" endlessly, they have lives. If you talk to someone on day 1, they will say something different than if you talk to them on day 2 or day 3, or even different times during the day. They'll have different dialogue. And the only reason they could do that is because they limited the time frame to those 3 days. There was a lot less scope that they had to deal with. But I just really liked that you could see the big boulder blocking your path slowly get worn down as they're trying to blow it up. I just liked that there was that sense of impact where you do something on day 1, you can see the effects on day 2 because everything was so condensed into those 3 days.
Well, you know what? There's one thing about that aspect that, because I've played very little of Majora's Mask. I was quickly turned off by the whole time mechanic and the mask mechanic. I was just like, I really.
This was before COVID. You didn't have to be scared of masks back then.
I don't know, man. Majora is kind of a spooky mask, but the oh shit, what was it? Wow, I lost my train of thought. It's fucking spooky mask. But oh no, so one thing that sounds similar to that is in Breath of the Wild, the NPCs are a little bit more fleshed out. They actually have I don't want to say stories, but they definitely have dialogue, more so than just hey, I'm Error, type of thing.
Yeah.
So I guess, but like I said, it's not enough. It really needed dungeons.
Yeah, from what I've seen, Breath of the Wild looks too open world for me.
Yeah, well, and like I said, my complaints about it are nitpicky. Like, I really cannot stand the whole making food shit. Like,
oh God, no! I wouldn't like that either.
Restaurant there, there are, but you pretty much buy it to eat it there, and it's like, That's stupid. And the weapons being damaged. That's kind of.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Oh, and what? I don't know if it's just me, but every time I play Breath of the Wild, it seems like it immediately starts raining, or it just rains a lot. And fucking Sonic, it's the same thing. I'm sitting there playing Sonic Frontiers, and all of a sudden it's just raining, and I'm like, okay, the dynamic weather system is kind of cool, but I want more bright, shiny days than shitty fucking rain days. Like, the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, I think for the people who like that kind of thing, Breath of the Wild is going to be awesome and they're going to love it. It's not my thing. It's not the kind of game that I'm looking for.
Oh, well, hey, actually, since we're on the topic of games and types of games and style, I was talking to a buddy by the name of the Gamerpad about him saying he pretty much hasn't played either system and he's not interested in the Sony games, and he brought up a thing where he pretty much said, like, well, along the lines of the Sony games feel more like interactive movies than games, and I don't feel like, you know, watching these long drawn out stories just to play little bits of gameplay.
Right.
And I've kind of noticed that too with a lot of Sony games. I wonder if that's how God of War is, because
Sophia Narwitz was saying that, was basically saying that the new God of War game is so boring because, you know, there's so much busy work, and what's not busy work is cutscenes, and she just didn't feel like she was doing anything while she was playing, and she just got viciously attacked for daring to think it wasn't very good.
Well, it was funny because I think a day after I was, you know, talking to him about it, I noticed on YouTube, God of War, the full movie. It was like some hours long, and it's like, dude, yeah, just wait till it's on YouTube and just watch it, you know.
That's basically what I did with the Final Fantasy VII remake. Was I watched someone else play it. I mean, I did eventually buy it and play through it myself, but I was quite happy with just watching. What was his name? Dark Anima something. Anyway, Dansgo. That's right. Dark Anima No Sphere Grid 2008. Dansgo 8. And he just played through Final Fantasy VII remake, and yeah, I was quite happy with that because he was like very, very analytical. Because the reason he's called Dansgo 8 is he played Final Fantasy X without ever leveling up his character and defeating the hardest boss in the game. That's why he named his channel Dark Anima No Sphere Grid 08. So when he's playing, he's very, very analytical, and he breezes through all the fights because he just sits there thinking. It's like, okay, no, I know what we need to do here, and then he just wins. And that meant that I could focus more on the cutscenes, as the gameplay in that game is not for me either. But the cutscenes are beautiful. I absolutely loved watching the cutscenes. Yeah, I mean, I could have quite happily just watched that, and that would have been enough. I kind of felt, no, there's some things I want to do myself, but 99% of it I would have been fine just watching the guy play it on YouTube.
See, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You know, it's a good thing, I guess, because
depends if you're the player or the publisher.
Yeah.
If you're the publisher, you do not want games that people can get the exact full experience by watching on YouTube, because people will do that and not buy your game.
Yeah.
If you're the player, you just saved $100.
But is that what they want? I mean, because just like we were talking about open world, where they pretty much just drop you in and say, hey, you know, fend for yourself.
What they want is money. It doesn't go any deeper than that. If they've got a game where you can get the full experience by not playing it, just by watching a YouTube video, they're not going to get money. So that is probably not something that they would want to continue.
Well, what about the player, though? I mean,
Oh.
obviously these games are selling. Because it reminds me of, okay, so there's the cinematic type games that you can just pretty much watch. And then he made mention of Game Pass and how there's nothing on Game Pass that he wants to play. I'm not too familiar with Xbox stuff, so.
And me neither.
Yeah. But it does seem to be, you either get these like open world type games where they give you, they pretty much like, hey, have at it, or these games where you're pretty much just limited interactions. But recently, Nintendo released Indie Direct, so showing a whole bunch of indie games, right? And I was watching RGT85. I think I've name dropped a few too many people this evening. Go some more. I was watching his video on it, and I never even heard of this phrase before, but it makes sense. Comfort games, where it's games like Farmville and shit like that. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Because I'm wondering who the fuck plays these games that they're making so many of them. There's another one where it's like you're playing as a game developer team.
Yeah, I've heard of that one too.
What the fuck?
It's no, before they went retarded, there was a channel called Extra Credits, and they actually did a video on the reasons people play games, and like obviously there's stuff like story and challenge and like, but one of them is just switching your brain off and and the example they gave was like leveling up in an RPG. Something that's simple and repetitive that you don't have to think about, that you can just switch your brain off and just do. And so games that feed into that will have an audience, absolutely.
And see, here's the crazy thing. That's exactly what I do with Breath of the Wild and now Sonic. Is I know there's stuff that I'm supposed to do to progress, but I find myself just roaming around, shutting off, and just, well, now as Sonic, fucking, put on some old Sonic R music and run around.
Like the Elder Scrolls is built on it. How many people who really absolutely adore Skyrim have even finished it? Right? All I hear is that they love playing it, but they never do the story. What's that?
I said I was gonna finish it, but I got an arrow to the knee.
Oh right. No, like a lot of people who really like the Elder Scrolls games really like the exploration, and they barely even look at the actual main missions because they're not interesting to them. They want to wander around and see what cool shit they discover. They don't want to follow a scripted story.
Yeah. Or, there's those crazy people who see how, like, in Breath of the Wild, I guess there's people who figured out a way to make, like, floating contraptions and stuff by combining different parts. So there's always those people, too. Like, I know I'm playing chess, but I'm going to put some extra pawns on the field just to see how that's like,
Yeah. I mean, it's the same with Grand Theft Auto. So many people love Grand Theft Auto, not for the scripted story missions, just for the random mayhem they can get up to.
Yeah.
Running around killing people.
Honestly,
right? It's
that's all like. Whenever I would talk to friends about playing that game, and they're like, "Yeah, let's play some Grand Theft Auto," that's 100% all they would do. Is they would go and just start fucking around, and I'm sitting there when I went to go play it. For some reason, I'm looking at the story and I'm like, all right, how long into the game did they play till they got all these guns and all this shit, and I'm sitting here like at the beginning, I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking play this game. I'm gonna spend my time doing this shit.
I mean, I do in fact play the story missions in GTA because I mean, I'm the kind of player who wants an objective that I'm trying to complete. I don't do the random wandering, causing mayhem. That doesn't appeal to me. You'd say, you need to go here, do this within this time limit. I'll do it. You say, here's an open world, do what you want. What I want will be to play another game. Which is why I don't like the Elder Scrolls. I played Morrowind and Oblivion, and I got bored in both of them.
Oh yeah, no. I tried Oblivion, and it just was not. I'm like, this would probably
not for
be
me at all.
fun. Huh?
It's not for those games. Are not for me at all.
Oh yeah, no. And as shitty as it sounds, like maybe if it was online and I could have a couple people hanging out with me and we're doing this shit, that'd be fun, But
every game is enhanced by playing it with your friends.
Oh yeah.
There's no game that is made worse by the presence of people that you like spending time with. It's basically what Tier is saying in chat. He's saying, I hate multiplayer games but love playing with Hellcat and everyone. I guess I just hate randos. Yeah, you do. Yeah. Spending time with your friends is enjoyable almost regardless of what you're doing.
The only types of games that I wouldn't mind playing, or actually I do play with randos, is first person shooters.
I don't know.
But I don't have the audio going, so I'm not hearing what they're saying. It's just you're playing pretty much with computers. There is one time though, I believe it was last year, Sanguine was staying a couple of days at my place, and we were playing. It was Call of Duty. I think it was the World War one game. I think it was. It's on PS4.
Okay.
And I was telling him, I was like, dude, whenever I play these games online and there's the microphone added, I never hear any of the shit that people say. It must just be like Xbox, right? Because the stereotype of you go online, you play these games online, and you're just gonna hear little kids
12-year-old having sex with your mother.
Yeah, so it's like I never heard any of that. At most you might hear a fuck or like son of a bitch, you know, but nothing ever like pinpointing anybody or anything like that. And so me and Sanguine are playing online, just passing the controller back and forth, and I get up to go do something, and all of a sudden on the screen you just hear a fucking rant. And I and Sanguine were like, whoa. All right, stand corrected.
The only game that I wouldn't even say enjoyed, but I regularly played against random people was Pokemon Stadium, and that's only because it was such an awesome idea for a game that I absolutely had to play it, and I did not know a single person that would want to play it against me. So
wait.
Fuck.
Pokemon
Randos
Stadium.
It is. Pokemon Showdown.
Showdown? What is that one?
It's a website that is a battle simulator. So you go in, you customize your team. So you go any Pokemon you want with any moves you want, any stats you want. I mean, within the limits of what the game allows. So you can't have, you can't have a Magikarp that knows Hyper Beam. It's got to be moves and stats that would be possible in the real game for that Pokemon. You customize it however you want, and then you go online and you battle other people and see who has the better team. And it fixes all my problems with the Pokemon games, being the leveling up, and it is blatantly unfair if you have a level 60 team and your opponent has a level 30 team because you spent more time leveling up. That's not fun. So this fixes that and says, no, everyone, you can choose the level of your Pokemon. Everyone chooses level 100, obviously, but if you've got some brilliant reason why, no, actually a level 97 is perfect for what you can do it if you want. And no, you've got that pure, total customization of the every Pokemon in the team, and then you go out and you play strangers.
It's not bad.
If I had friends that wanted to play it, I'd play them, but don't. So randos it was.
Yeah, see, sometimes it's not too bad playing with randos. It's just you gotta pick and choose. But definitely, don't have the volume on if you don't want to hear rubbish.
No, I mean, like I said, if I had friends to play Pokemon Showdown against, I would never go anywhere near the ranked system and play complete randoms. It's just that I really, really wanted to play the game, and that was the only option. So it's like, fine, I'll grit my teeth and do it. But if I had, friends that were like, oh yeah, hell yeah, I'll play that, then I never would have looked at it.
Moonshock. Why does Moonshock sound like a failed pro wrestler? Here is Moonshock. Oh no. Oh, see, there you go. See, we are getting gamers together. There you go. Yeah, we're gonna put it on a hat. It's gonna sell very big.
I'll message you on Discord because I don't think we follow each other on Twitter here. So I'll send you a Discord message and we can try and organize a Pokemon Showdown game.
That'd be cool. Now see, oh shit, yeah, that's the other. Here, actually, real quick, let me show you. The other game I wanted to talk to you about was this Atari game. This thing is fucking awesome. It has so much in it, from like images and let me just show you real quick. Pamphlets, marquees, fucking histories, going all the way back, videos. Some of these guys are fucking goofy. But the craziest thing about this is the fucking the games that you can play. They got a shit ton of fucking Atari games on here, from all the systems, arcades, computers, and they even have fucking Atari Jaguar games on here.
So what's this game called?
Which one?
One that you're playing, the Atari Anthology.
Oh, it's 50th 50th anniversary celebration.
Okay. It looks like the Capcom arcade, which has like all the old Capcom games from like the 80s and 90s.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely they put some work into this one. But I would love to see other game companies do something like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy money for them.
Well, yeah.
There's going to be a lot of people who would quite happily pay to relive their childhood.
But they gotta put this much effort in it. Like, I mean, there's commercials, there's everything. It reminds me, the Turtles Cowabunga collection is kind of like that, where they put a whole bunch of just, here's the stuff that the stuff that we were using to make the game, the art projects, the every instruction booklet from multiple languages. I mean, it's just, they put everything in it. It's like, yes.
Yeah.
Give me
I
my
own
dollars
that, but I
worth.
still haven't played it.
Yeah. Oh, well. Wait, you said you have it, but you haven't played it?
Yeah, I bought the Cowabunga collection, but I haven't actually played anything in it yet. But they do have TMNT Tournament Fighters, which is
yes,
quite cool.
It's such a fun game. I'm horrible at it, but yeah, it's pretty fun.
I think
And
if
a lot
I
of
were
those-
to that,
I was just gonna say, a lot of those are online too, so
yeah,
we can get a game
think,
of that going too.
I think Turtles in Time is probably like the best Ninja Turtles game. Like not counting the Shredder's Revenge one because I haven't played that, but just overall from the stuff that's likely to be in the Cowabunga collection, I think Turtles in Time is probably the Turtles game that people should play if they're interested in the Turtles.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's definitely top tier. I mean, that is one of those. If you go into an arcade and they don't have a Turtles in Time machine, it doesn't have to be a full 4-player setup. You know, even if it's just the 2-person, you know, modified system.
Yeah.
It's not a good arcade. I mean,
I think I think that is easily the best Ninja Turtles game that they made. And like as much as I love Tournament Fighters, it's not that good. It's fun, but there's far better fighting games. I think Turtles in Time is like legitimately good.
oh yeah. It's everything. And I don't know the why the sprite work in Shredder's Revenge. It looks great. It's well animated, but for some reason it really does look it looks like somebody who's really trying to mimic Turtles in Time, but they didn't quite make it. And it's
Right.
I don't know. It's just kind of weird for me.
I don't think I've bought that yet. It's definitely on the list. If it ever goes on sale, I'll be like buying it on the spot. But because I've got so many games, it's sitting on the wish list. I'm sure I'll get to it eventually.
Oh yeah.
It's the other one is The Simpsons. Did you ever play the Simpsons arcade game?
Oh yeah.
I fucking love that game. The Marge hitting people with the vacuum, and Bart has the skateboard, Lisa has the skipping rope.
You know, one thing I learned recently about that is I knew you can partner up with somebody. So like if you're Bart, you can jump on Homer's shoulders, and you know you guys can attack together. I didn't know that all 4 of them had a move, but I don't think I've ever played with all 4 people.
The only one I knew about was Bart on Homer's shoulders, because I've seen that a lot, but I didn't know about the other ones.
Yeah, I think they all have a pair up thing.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's what was it, Matt Groening's From Hell comic, I think it was called.
Life in Hell.
Oh, Life in Hell. Yeah, with the rabbits or whatever the hell.
Jack is saying the best Simpsons game is The Simpsons Hit and Run. Is that the one that's basically
Grand Theft
GTA?
Auto. Yeah.
I haven't played that one. I did play the one that's basically Crazy Taxi, but I forget what it's called. Yeah, there's Simpsons Crazy Taxi, which is also quite good.
Wait, I think that was it, because I don't think you could get out of the car and hit and run. Maybe you could.
I haven't played Hit and Run, but I did play the Crazy Taxi one.
Yeah, but have you played Bart versus the Space Mutant? Space Mutants.
Of course I have.
Oh.
Absolutely. I played that to absolute death. I used to have a list of everything I needed to paint purple, or paint not purple. Like, all the purple things I had to paint to win the first level.
He had to cover up all the purple stuff. God, that game was. Now, I did see a video on YouTube of somebody actually playing through the game the correct way, I guess. You could say. And I'm sitting there watching, I'm like, how in the hell would anybody would have figured this shit out when you're a little kid playing this back in the day? Like, some of it was just like, all right.
Brute force, basically. You just try stuff until it works, and then remember what worked. That's it.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me issue an apology here. As per Kyverdam, hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's
It is
pronounced
not graining. Yes.
graining, not groaning.
It is.
As I said.
mean, it is, but I put that in the same category as people like Monkey calling me Diamantis. It's like, I know who you mean. I don't need you to get it exactly right. It's fine.
Yeah. I wonder how Monkey's doing. I heard he got hurt again.
That doesn't surprise me. He's always getting hurt. Oh, and Kivadan is correcting your pronunciation of her name.
All right. Oh yeah, you guys have some crazy Twitter things. Kivadan.
Mine's not that crazy because I didn't argue back. I just sort of ignored it. But
well, I mean, that's honestly the best solution. You know, and it's just let them say what they're gonna say.
Yeah, I don't care.
But
I don't care enough about this person's opinion to argue about things. It's Hammer's friend Claudia was on someone's back because they said, I think it was the FTX guy. Yeah. Like, he's a billionaire, but this is the best woman he can get. And Claudia was like, the women have other qualities besides looks, you know. And Hammer was saying, look, men are attracted to beauty, women are attracted to money. When did that change? And so I replied with, it didn't change. It's just considered rude to point it out these days. And then someone replied to me, or maybe they don't think it's rude. They just know that it's not a good foundation for a relationship. Like, I never said anything about good foundations for relationships. I said this is what people are attracted to, and that's still true.
Yeah. I mean, and you can tell yourself everything under the sun, you know? I mean, it just is what it is, you know? We didn't make the rules. Can't help people's inner ambitions. And if you don't know, we are talking about the FTX guy, who's in the news now because apparently it's money laundering at its finest between FTX, crypto, the Democrat Party, and Ukraine. Go look into it. But either way, an image of this guy's girlfriend or wife was also released. I think they had a video out too, talking about something. Because he had a video out talking about all the things that he's solving in world, like climate change and all this shit. And it's one of those pictures where it's like, Buzz, your girlfriend. Whoa.
Yeah.
She's a homely looking lady. And people were just making the comments like, this dude was supposedly worth billions, and that's what he got. And, you know, right away people, she could have had a personality, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, she could have. And he could be, you know, that nice of a guy that maybe they were together before they struck fortune. Who knows? Who the fuck knows? But is it that far off base for us to notice a billionaire, multi-billionaire, not with a super hot model? I mean, it's just kind of what we see.
I mean, a good personality is obviously important, but you do also have to be attracted to them physically. That is an essential component of a romantic relationship. You can't just say, I don't want it to be a part of the relationship, so I'm going to turn off that part of my brain.
I'm not gonna.
You can't.
I'm not going to deny that it could be some other reasons, you know. But who knows? I mean, maybe she knows her way around a ball sack, so.
Yeah, but
she could be
you have to be attracted to them in the first place. Like, there's very few people. Look, however good Nancy Pelosi may be at sex, there's very few people that would want to find out.
We're not talking about Nancy Pelosi. Why would you bring that up?
No, to make the point that those are bonuses, but you need a fundamental physical attraction before anything else is going to be considered. Like, if there's someone I find unattractive, I will not be able to date them, because how do you get intimate with someone that you're repulsed by? You can't. You have to have a base level of attraction, and then all the other stuff factors in to make the person even more desirable.
Well, let's be realistic too. It's not always just about looks.
No, but
if
I'm saying there has to be some.
Yeah,
there has to be some attraction.
I can tell you right now, if I ran across a super hot lady and she's, way into me, but then I find out she had a kid, yeah, it's gonna suck. But I'm gonna no.
No, I'm not saying looks are enough. I'm saying looks are a requirement.
It's not a part of it. There's certainly a part of it. Yeah, I mean, that's why when you hear stories about people who get into a relationship and then one of them starts, sliding off the deep end there, people for some reason have a very hard time just accepting, like, dude, I mean, you're just attracted to them because they're the looks. It's like, well, yeah, to a degree, yes. And I don't care how comfortable you get, you should at least, for your own sake, want to, keep tabs on yourself, shit. But I mean, you should want to do it for your partner too.
Also, I mean, women are attracted to wealth. I mean, that's inescapable. I mean, you can't get mad at men for finding young, fertile women attractive any more than you can get mad at women for being drawn to men who can provide them with security.
Yeah.
They're just fundamental desires that are like hardwired into our brains to, find appealing.
Yep. Oh shit. I was just thinking about this the other day too. That's why it's like, as a short guy, I can't be too put off by women who find taller guys attractive. It's like, yeah, because it's comfortability, I get it. Because I think it was somebody had posed the question about like taller women, and for me it's like, well, I wouldn't care. I mean, I've dated taller women before, but I don't look at it like, as anything other than who the person is,
No, I mean, the height thing is, I think, far more a female thing than a male thing, where guys don't really care about height. They tend to care more about, shall we say, width. Like, they don't want a big fatty. Like, some guys do, but the average guy is more interested in, are they in good shape than are they particularly short or are they particularly tall?
Well, I don't know. I have to disagree with you there, sir. I'm gonna be that guy. I can't date too short of a woman.
I mean, there's limits. I wouldn't want to date a midget, but
whoa. Okay,
I'm just saying that.
Easy there, monkey.
Well, that's right. No, if someone is within normal height range for an adult human, their actual height doesn't really matter.
Oh man. Yeah,
I think we just found a perfect match in chat. Eve says, "I'm fatter than holy hell right now," and Tia says, "As a black man, I'm sexually attracted to chubby chicks." So there you go.
See, we are
Glad
hooking
you could meet
everybody
through
up
the
today.
meetings.
Dude, you're gonna have a Pokemon match going. They're gonna hook up and find some romance.
Yeah, Cochrane dislikes overweight chicks. That's what I was saying. Generally, guys want thinner women rather than fatter. There's a couple that, really like really, really heavy women. Usually, guys they don't want massively overweight women.
Yeah, well, I think guys are. I think you'll find more guys are a little bit more flexible in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Just,
I mean, there's a difference in like weight distribution too. Like, because I like larger breasts, they tend to come on a larger body. That's just kind of how that works. But that doesn't mean fat. It just means, larger. Like, as long as everything's still in the right proportions, I'm okay with that.
As long as it's in the right shape,
Yeah, I mean, as long as
She's a walking drumstick.
as long as they're not. Well, I would like, as much as I hate the term, there's a difference between thick and fat.
Yeah.
And
That's a big
thick,
bitch.
thick can be very attractive. Fat generally isn't.
It just reminds me of this last job I worked at. There was I guess you could say a thick lady. Personally not my type, but she was certainly attracting plenty of male co-workers. One guy even called her his gordita crunch.
Okay.
Dude, I'm sitting there, I'm like, and she doesn't have to do anything. She just has to sit there and flash her eyes and shake her rump a little bit, and yeah, she can get a couple of guys there. I don't know about like long-term relationship, but she could certainly get dick.
Of course, all women can. As long as they're willing to lower their standards to like a reasonable level, any woman can get sex. Whether that sex turns into a relationship, whole different story. But if all they want is sex, that's very easy for women to get.
And it comes full circle to, no pun intended, to the FTX guy. That's right. I don't know. I don't think he's a real guy. I mean, his last name, Bankman. Get the fuck out of here. He's made up. They're cartoon characters.
Yeah. I can't even remember his real name, like his full name.
Yeah, I just remember that.
There's a reason I call him FTX guy.
Yeah. And he came out of nowhere. But then again, it's not like I'm keeping tabs on all these people who are becoming millionaires with cryptocurrency and shit. But yeah, and Kyverdam had or Keeverdam had a spat too on Twitter. It seems to be a thing, where she had made a comment on a Twitter post, and somebody told her to, stay out of it. You're a guy, and she's like, I'm a lady. Oh. Well, you sound like a lesbian or some shit. And I was like, what the fuck? People are weird. But it just, it reminds me of, well, actually, it kind of coincides with, think of Beaver Dam. Well, I hope that's not what you were spelling it out, or what the name is intending to be. Okay, I'm running low on my Patrice O'Neal, radio bits,
Right.
before he starts talking about more geared towards romance and ladies and stuff. I like to hear the comedy stuff more, so I'm running low on that. I'm like, shit, I need to find something that I can listen to while I'm working, and I stumbled upon Destiny stuff, and I really don't like listening to Destiny. I don't agree with a lot of the shit he says, but holy shit, I got sucked into, dude, these people, how do they enjoy just going on stream and bitching about the most absurd shit? Like, they were
Make
talking
some
about,
money.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like, I'm look, far be it to me to tell somebody how to spend their own money. But good lord. At least I can understand if you're spending money for some lady to show her your tit, or show you her tits, right? You're getting some titty pics. People tossing money into this to listen to this is like, oh my god. The Young and the
There's
Restless
enough
is
people
still
being
on.
assholes.
Huh?
There's enough people being assholes online for free.
Yeah.
Why would you pay for it?
Just go stumble upon a Twitter feed and just go at it. Oh man, it was giving me a headache by the end of the day. I'm like, There's so many of these people too, and they just chime in and they pop in and they have their 2 cents that they want to toss to the table. It's like, bro, dude, what the fuck? I forget. I still got.
I suppose it's not that It's not that different to people super chatting Monkey or donating to Jack's Streamlabs. Like, I think they just want. Yeah, but I think they just want to be like recognized. They want the attention of having their comment read out. I think that's all it is.
You know what? That is true, because I'm oftentimes not watching the screen. I just pop it on so I can listen to it. I put my phone somewhere so I can work on my work. I didn't even, because he doesn't have the goofy effects. At least I don't. There's no audio of it, so there probably is a bunch of people fucking, oh, look at my name, type of thing going on there. It's so weird. I'm kind of glad that Minions is a kind of a simple, laid-back show that you can just casually relax and listen to, maybe while you're taking a poop. And we'll be sitting right there in your ear, talking, letting it flow with you. And hopefully you get a laugh. And that's my goal.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good that Minions isn't monetized, because I don't think that would go well. I think there's too many Minions. There'd be too many fights over the money. I'm just glad that there is no money to fight over. There's no sense of obligation. Like, if you don't want to be a part of the Minions, you can stop. Whereas once there's money involved, it kind of starts to feel more like a job rather than a hobby. And that carries with it certain expectations and stress. And I want this to stay just some friends hanging out. And if someone wants to tune in and listen to the conversation, more than welcome to. But I don't think going financial would benefit the Minions at all.
Yeah, I don't even see how that would work, to be honest.
No, exactly. I'm very against the idea of monetizing this channel.
Yeah, I think a fair number of the Minions are of the same idea. I don't know if you can see it, but this is by far my top tier favorite arcade game, Food Fight.
Oh, nice.
When I saw
KVDM is saying that we got IMDb pages. That's true. I do have an IMDb page, and so does Minions of the Zoo. It is incredibly out of date. I think the guy that was updating it just stopped, and I mean, I don't blame him. It's a lot of work. But yeah, it says that I've been in like 4 live streams, according to my IMDb page. Something really low.
Wow, that's crazy. So we're known well enough to have an IMDb page. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Monkey does as well. Monkey in the Morning and Lords of the Night have IMDb pages.
Well, I'm pretty sure, especially after he decided to viciously attack Joy Reid, who did absolutely nothing, and Monkey just like an animal, he just ripped into her. It was bad.
Monkey's like that. He's it's that's actually how they doxed Monkey. Is they put his full name on IMDb.
They did.
Oh,
that's smart.
And that was I found that on one of Johnny's streams, because every Johnny stream involves IMDb at some point, and so we ended up looking up Minions of the Zoo on IMDb, and I'm like, holy shit, that's some information that probably shouldn't be there. I mean, there's no way to get it taken down. That's his name. They can't remove it. They won't remove it, either one. I don't know. Someone who doesn't like Monkey figured out his full name and decided, "Fuck you! I'm gonna put it all over IMDb."
Yeah, that's no bueno.
No, that's really shitty.
Yeah. We don't support doxing here.
Nope.
That's not a good thing. Shouldn't be bothering people, especially when all they do is, stream goofy videos and shit. Let them
I
be.
mean, at least it's just his name. There's a lot worse that could get revealed, like if his
news.
address or phone number or anything like that got leaked. That would be so much worse.
You see a picture of Monkey's nipples.
Just his name. Like, obviously, it's bad because he doesn't want that out there, but it could be so much worse.
Yeah. And it's not just him, because if it was just Monkey being an old guy alone, that'd be one thing. But he has family, so that's where
of course.
That's where it gets dicey.
That's one of the reasons I'm kind of okay with my name being out there. Is I have no job to get fired from, and no close family they can really target. Like, I'm not married, I don't have kids. So I'm quite safe. There's not a lot they can really do with just my name.
Yeah, but you don't see. I don't know. I mean, you gotta target. You gotta put yourself in the crosshairs. Speaking of which, did you see the Dave Chappelle SNL bit?
I saw part of it. I saw part one. I don't know. I couldn't find the rest of it.
Which was part one? Which was it about Trump or Kanye or Yee?
He mentioned Kanye, and he said that when it's black people, it's a gang. When it's Italian people, it's a mob. When it's Jewish people, it's a coincidence, and you better not point it out.
Oh yeah, dude, he went fucking hard on that. That and the Donald Trump thing was fucking funny as shit.
I don't think I heard the Donald Trump part of it.
He pretty much was like, "This is how I know Donald Trump was real." Was the first debate, and he's like a rich white man goes up on stage and he says the system is rigged, and they're like, "How do you know?" Because I take advantage of it or some shit. and Dave Chappelle's like, "Holy shit!" And then he goes when Hillary Clinton's like, "Well, he doesn't pay taxes." He's like, and Donald Trump just says, "It's because I'm smart."
I agree with him.
Yeah.
Why would you pay more taxes than you have to?
Well, he goes, and if you want me to pay more in taxes, just close the loopholes. But you're not going to close them because your buddies and your donors. I'll take advantage of them too.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. I was like, oh my god. Oh, I love it.
And Tyr in chat is saying he couldn't care less about people knowing his name. Yeah, your name is Tyrannius Alexandrius. We all know that already. It's fine.
That's your real name? Whoa.
No, it's not.
Say that must be a hell of a thing to have to write out all the time.
No, that's not his real name. I'm assuming it's his character's name in what is it? Mage the Awakening? I think he said that the character is from.
Now, is that a game or is that a D&D session?
It's a role-playing game, kind of like D&D, but from what I understand, it's fairly similar to Vampire the Masquerade, like set in a similar world, made by the same people. Oh, he actually just outright said his own name in chat. You didn't have to do that, I was kidding.
Expected to be on the IMDb now.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, it's crazy world out there. crazy world.
I mean, Satsu's name is out there as well. He's pretty open with his real name. I don't know. I mean, Scribe is a lot more protective because he won't even tell people what state he lives in. He's just like on the West Coast, which like narrows it down quite a bit, but it doesn't actually like state which one it is.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I guess old Quiz and I are lucky enough that, well, I don't know, Quiz starts fights. Maybe I shouldn't open my fat mouth just yet, because I'm pretty sure that, knowing my luck, I'm going to be like, yeah, we stay drama free, we avoid all that shit. And then somebody's going to say something stupid.
Tividem says her name is 9 letters long and it's not K-I-E Erdan. And that's because it's K-Y-I-V Erdan. I see through your tricks, Tividem.
2 + 3 + 1 + 2 + 3. Wait. Okay. 1 + 2 + 1 + 2. Oh yeah, there should be one bullet left. Oh shit. If anybody can guess the name of that movie before we close out, I will say thank you. I don't know. I'll think of something fun. But yeah, we're gonna be closing up here in a little bit. Is there anything else that might have come to mind before we go?
No. If you haven't already, go follow us on Rumble. If we can get to 100 subscribers, we can start streaming on there for free. So
oh yes.
If you haven't already, we'd love you to help us out.
Is do we get a link?
There should be one in the description, but no. Okay, I'll put one in chat.
All right. Thank you, Terry. Yeah. Check out our page on Rumble. Make sure you go and hit subscribe. And if you could, if you have a buddy, take their phone, go on the Rumble, and do the same. They don't have to
Of course.
They don't have to know, but we can always use the extra points.
It can just be our little secret.
Look, we need to fortify our Rumble subscriptions, okay? That's nothing illegal about it. It's all fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, wait. So I know you're a very big Marvel movie fan. I know you've seen them all.
Yeah.
No, we'll get into that next time. We'll talk about Wakanda Forever next time.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, because I've been holding in a piss for so long. So.
Fair enough.
So we're going to go ahead and end it there. I hope everybody had a wonderful time. Thanks again, Terry, for hanging out with me on Monday. And
Always a pleasure.
And tomorrow we got Skep Tock. Don't forget to check out Crippers United. What's he do usually on Sunday nights, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so check him out on Sunday. I mean, you want to talk about fortification. Whoa, that game. But I'm glad everybody hung out with us and joined us tonight, this evening. Hopefully the audio worked. I believe yesterday it was just Eeyore. Sorry, folks.
The worst of us to have to listen to.
I know, guys. I'm sorry. But in closing, yeah. Thanks everybody for joining. I love y'all and God bless. The zoo is closed.
Bye, guys.
Minions of the Zoo is recorded in front of a live studio audience on tape, and I reversed it.